Hey guys, welcome back to the Zen Den. Let's get into more being prepared stuff. So, I want to talk about a lot of people are going to be thinking to themselves, I have nowhere to put this stuff. I can't have a pile of wood in my backyard or on my property. But there's ways that you can use large log cuttings for different things. You can put your plants on them. You can make them as seats for people to sit down on, nice big ones. You can build with them indoor and outdoor by making shelves and using the logs instead of bricks. However, bricks are really good too because they're great for building a fire pit for a cooking area. So if you have bricks, you could actually build a square one, and the rack out of your oven will probably fit right onto it. You can make it custom. But having all these things around, so you can build shelves with them. What else? I had something else. No, that was it on that. Now, with that, having wood comes the need for an axe and a bow saw. The bow saw is the one that's round on one end and the blade on the other. Um, the best for cutting down, large trees, especially if you're on your own. Um, and you can get them really big. You can get them two person, but being realistic, it's something you can hang up on your garage wall or inside of a closet, and it's tucked away. But it's a really good thing to have, and a good axe, right? And then you also really want to learn to use those things. So if you have the opportunity to drive out into the bush, if you guys go, like here, we go four-wheeling a lot, like we drive out into the bush and just try different stuff and get stuck and have fun, and it's just something we do. I don't know if y'all do that. You should leave it in the comments below because I love it. Anyways, where was I even going with that? Okay, I'm gonna move. Oh, right, the saw and the axe. It's really important to have for so many reasons, and practice when you go out into the woods camping. If there's a tree that's already fallen down, you can try to use your bow saw on it. You can cut it into sections and then learn how to split it. And as you get more precise with your splitting, then you can start doing kindling, which is just smaller wood to start a fire. And all those skills will come to you, right? So um, learn all about that and learn how to start a fire. Like, do it. If you have a ferro rod, practice with it. If you're making little fire starters, do it. Get it done. Put it aside. They won't go anywhere. And it's something you can do with, whoever. If you've got teenage kids and stuff, you can get them to do it. It's easy. Just stick cotton balls and Vaseline. Anyways, the other thing I wanted to talk about is storage for water. So there's a lot of different ways that we can store water. I know that not everybody has a space to get a large water reservoir. Um, I will tell you, when I started, I was using, the 4 liter jugs for milk. Don't do it. It's a big waste of time, and they erode or they crack. I think they were around, I don't know, maybe 3 years. I had emptied them and refilled them, and they started to leak. Big mess, big mistake. Don't do it. Just telling you. But there's a lot of other things you can get. You can get the round blue water jugs. At least we can here in Canada, and they stack. I think you can stack 4 or 5 tall in like a closet area, because they're good. Other things you can use is if you have a waterbed, that's actual water storage. Um, Rain barrels, if you have access to a gutter or whatever where you live, you can get the rain chains, so it's the water runs down it and you can direct it into a barrel. So you have rainwater, which is good. What else? Oh, you can use like kids' pools. Um, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, and if you get the big, like I have the big blue stand-up water jugs, and I put them in my greenhouse, and then in the winter, it actually keeps the temperature of the greenhouse a little bit warmer just having that mass amount of water that heats up during the day. So you can use it in those kind of situations if you have a greenhouse. And what else? Oh, and you can have a pond in your backyard, because even if nothing else, you can use it to wash dishes in or whatever, rinse off your dirty, mucky hands. So there's nothing wrong with, having a little pond if you can put one in your backyard, because that is water storage. Um, and then, oh, and you can also get water purification tablets. So if you do have questionable water, you can add these tablets in. I'm not sure what they cover. You'd have to do your own research on that, but they are available. And there's the water Berkey. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. I wanted one for years and years, and I was going to buy one, and I think they're just over $1,000 for the big one. I could be wrong on the price now. Um, I had done a lot of research on them throughout the years, not consistently, but like, every now and again I'll think of it and I'll look. And then the last time I went to look, I started getting videos of people that had their water that was done through a Berkey tested, and something about court cases or lawsuits or something, claiming that the Berkey doesn't work as they say it does. So something to look into if you're thinking about making that big purchase. Look around for some of the opposing information that you can find on any product, right? You want to know the real deal, right? Like, check into it, because it'll save you a ton of money. And there's so many other ways that you can learn to purify water with all sorts of different things that I might do a video on one day. Okay, so, oh, and kiddie pools. If you can have a kiddie pool in your backyard, that's water holding as well. That's, you can use it for anything, laundry, rainwater, really. You could drink it, right? If it's, as long as the pool's clean. And that goes for buckets or bins or whatever. When it's raining out and if you need water, just stick all that outside. It will fill up. And it's rainwater. As long as they're high enough that raindrops around it don't put mud into your water. And even if it does, it's just a little dirt. So that's another thing you can do. Okay, so now I want to talk about a little bit, touch back on the go bags. So things to think about. Glasses, an extra pair of glasses, and a repair kit. I keep one in mind because I tell you, I break them all the time, and they're really important. So every time I upgrade to new glasses, I put my old ones in a good sturdy case and I put them in my bug out bag, so I have backup glasses in case anything happens, and then the repair kit as well. And crazy glue. Not only can you repair things with it, but you can also stop, depending how deep it is. If you have a cut, a surface cut that you need to stop the bleeding on, you can use things like cayenne pepper, yarrow, but you can also use crazy glue to seal it up, as long as you're not looking at any severed arteries or anything, you know what I mean? Just surface cuts. Yeah, it can be a deep one, but just not like crazy, right? Anyway, something to think about. Easy to stick into your bug out bag. I think they have something similar called Real Skin, or I don't know. You can buy all sorts of different spray-on bandaging as well that would be really good for a go bag. Oh, and medications. If anybody is on medications and you haven't looked into different herbs and medicinals that you can go to relieve your ailments, I suggest you get extra medicine and then just get one of those week things or whatever you can put aside and keep it in your go bag. Again, you're going to be going through them every few months, so you can keep that at the top, you know what I mean? You can rotate it. But then you always know it's there, right? It's very important. And look at medicinals, right? Don't be shy. Another thing about the go bags, if people have food allergies, you really want to do that first. You know what I mean? Like before you start to get any extra stuff for your go bags. And you can save a ton of money on all of it at dollar stores. So things that you could get different types of food you can get at the dollar stores, like freeze-dried food. You can get headlamps. You can get the emergency blankets, nuts, rope, compass, and all sorts of other stuff, you guys. And they have crazy glue, and they have duct tape, and they have cordage. It's really worth your while to go and check that out. Now, talking about cordage real quick, don't forget that cordage is tested, and it should have, like, if you're using it to climb out a window, make sure it can hold your weight. And if you have to take a child with you, you want that weight in there too, and then possibly bump it up. That's why, things like that are really important. You don't just buy any rope. All rope has its purpose, has its importance. Like the hemp rope, I use that in my garden for tying up my tomatoes and my beans and all sorts of stuff like that. And my grapes, when I'm trying to train them to go up, I wrap them with the hemp rope, and it works great, and then it just falls apart. So it's wonderful. Yeah, so upgrade yours, and you can always upgrade your stuff after. If you get some stuff from the dollar store and you're not really happy with it, slowly upgrade it. But it's better to have something instead of nothing. Like they have the long lighters, the long ones. That's a really good thing for starting an outdoor fire. And you can even get them refillable, so you can have a small bottle of the refill butane or whatever it is in your bag as well. And I want to say a few things that if people have ever thought about doing, they would be good things to jump into. So things like homeschooling, being a doula, so helping with birthing babies at home, navigation, hunting, fishing, canning, dehydrating, fire starting, first aid, sewing, trap lines, and on and on and on, you guys. If any of these things are your passions, why not add them to your resume of life? Like, I tried it, I did it, I was good, or I wasn't good, or you know what I mean, and see where it goes. Anything that sparks your interest, because if we are spirit and we are experiencing a human reality, we've probably done a lot of these things before, and we just need to allow ourselves to remember we can do it. So be very open-minded on this journey. And if you're in a snowy area, I had this for next time, but I'm going to throw it in. Think about getting snowshoes, skis, sleds. All of these things, again, you can look for at secondhand stores or get them on sale or clearance when they go on sale after the winter months. They're all fairly easy to store. You can hang them up. You can put them as decoration, the snowshoes, all sorts of stuff like that. You can use the sleds as decor in your garden. I mean, just use it, right? So that it doesn't look like you have a bunch of stuff, because it's all usable and it's all, it has intention. So, on that note, I thank you so much for coming by my channel again. I'm loving all the talk in the comment section. I am very, very excited and encouraged to keep sharing this stuff, because, just because I've done it lots and I've learned all this over my life doesn't mean you have, and I want to help you get ready. So, have a wonderful evening. I bless you. Bye-bye.